couple of thoughts came through my mind after I finished making the last video. I remember I was in Brooklyn. I mean, you go to any show, well, there was a couple of hip hop acts that I didn't expect, to see. I went to this bar for a comedy show, and I remember one act in particular. I know there's more than one. They were constantly asking for water, and right now, I knew exactly where they were coming from. The last thing that they wanted to do is hinder the quality of their performance. And the second thing that came to mind was I was watching this. It's probably like a Family Feud blooper. I doubt it actually got to the actual show. It may have been a chance. In fact, I think it was where they were playing Family Feud, and then someone got the attention of the host and said, "I have to use the bathroom." Then anybody who's ever been to I don't know, television taping or anything of that nature knows the atmosphere of that setting is very artificial, superficial. I interned at least one show. I've interned on more than one show, but like I even like the last thing I've went to of this nature was a public access taping of this. I won't go into the nature of the show, but even in a setting of public access, you have like a lot of lights, you have a lot of cameras, you have like equipment and stuff worth thousands of dollars. And the one experience that I took away from interning at Judge Hatchet, which is a court show that's no longer on the air, but everything that you see on TV is sort of at least I know in this day and age, since Survivor, or even before Survivor, there was the Real World and Road Rules, something that I barely ever watched, even when they combined the two shows. But anything that sort of like, has like entertainment or anything, if it's on daytime TV, 9 times out of 10, it's in a format where, it's, well, almost, I mean, unless you got a HBO Showtime package, anytime there's like commercial breaks, that's the best word I can use. It's, you got producers, you got directors, you got like a whole chain of command. That's a whole nother thing I come to realize. I mean, you got the people in the corner office, you got the people they report to in LA, and there's just a pyramid or a chain of authority. And I mean, as an intern, an extent that, I mean, it's easy to say I was on the bottom of the ladder, but I mean, there were points where no matter what, at 6 o'clock I was free to go. I wasn't paid. There were other perks as far as like, being fed, pizza Mondays and, whatever was in the back of the studio, Subway sandwiches or whatever. But I learned that in the entertainment business, or at least from what I saw, you don't go home until the job is done. Or after Native Americans who are offended by the jokes being told in a movie, despite being told that there was a consultant to be as a bridge between the actual production and the Native American extras being on set. It's just maybe they would have wrapped up earlier that day, and then down the line chose agent actors to darken their facial features, make them more bronze. But yeah, what I was trying to say, going back to the Family Feud thing, is yeah, the woman got the host's attention and said, "Yeah, I gotta like use the bathroom," and the host, basically, said the obvious, or you can do that when we have our break. I don't know exactly when what he said, but it was something along those lines. And you kind of know, the easiest thing I can compare it to is this. I kind of got caught up in this at least once, but it gets with this knowledge, it's kind of a bitch, because I may have to, go to the bathroom for, like, to take a piss when I'm on a flight. And I remember one time I did it. It was shortly after the plane landed on the runway, and I got up to use the bathroom, and the airline attendant says, "Oh, like, listen, you got to get back in your seat, like, right now." Like, she wasn't the same way. Airline attendants, typically are supposed to be nice and courteous, like a waitress who's looking for, like, at least a tip of, like, 15%. That's the way most airline flight attendants treat you, despite that cost being incorporated into the price of your ticket. But yeah, so now when I take flights, I'm kind of conscious about the fact that, okay, if I could see, like, that we're about to land from the window or whatever, there's times where it works the other way around, where after people are getting stuff together and they're leaving the plane, you might want to use the bathroom then, but there might be another flight attendant, or at least one flight attendant who's behind you, who's telling you that they have to catch another flight, and it's in your best interest to use the bathroom in the airport. But I say that to say, the only way I could have made that last video worse was to end it by saying, "Oh, as much as I've been wanting to do this for the past couple of minutes, I'm just going to end this video now because I got to drop a deuce." Or I was going to say something else, but you get the point. But yeah, I'm just going to take a big gulp of this and stop the video here and pick it up where I left off in a couple of seconds.